Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. We will continue our lecture with discussing the ijara. Previously, in the last lecture, we have discussed what is ijara, what are the literal meaning of ijara, what are the types of ijara, and what is the flow chart of the ijara with a practical example from the airplane industry. And now, in this lecture, second lecture about Ijara, we will discuss about the basic rules of Ijara, what rules apply to the Ijara, secondly, how Ijara will be dissolved, and third, what are the basic differences between the conventional leasing and the Ijara. So we will continue with the Ijara. The basic rules of Ijara are similar to the basic sale agreement, Islamic sale agreements, but there are some differences. We will discuss each of them in detail. Rules of Ijara. Rules governing Ijara are similar to that rules governing sales agreements because in both cases something is transferred from one person to another person. The only difference is in case of sale, title of property is transferred to the buyer. Right? In term of sale, the uh, the ownership of the asset or commodity or the equipment is instantly transferred to the buyer. In case of ijara, title remain with the lessor, mean that during the period of leasing, the ownership of the asset or equipment or property remain with the uh, lessor, that is the owner of the capital. Only the use of the property is transferred to the lessee, mean that the right of the use is transferred to the lessee, but the right of ownership doesn't transfer to the lessee. Discussing in detail the rules of Ijara. Number one, leasing is a contract where the owner of an asset transfer its use to another person against an agreed price. What is leasing? Leasing is between the lessor, that is the owner of the equipment, capital, and property, and between the lessee who is receiving the equipment upon the payment of agreed periodical price. Number two, however, ownership of the leased asset remain with the lessor. Mean that the lessor only transfer the right of use to the lessee. It doesn't transfer to the right of ownership to the lessee. Number third rule of Ijara, since ownership of the leased asset remain with the lessor, the rights and liability relating to the ownership are borne by the lessor. Mean that since ownership remain with the lessor, the right and duties of ownership remain with the lessor, mean that he will attain benefits from the leased equipment in term of the periodical payment. Again, if there is any maintenance, it is the responsibility of the lessor to do the maintenance. All rights and liability relating to use are borne by the lessee. For example, A gives his house to B on rent. Property tax are to be borne by the owner. Water tax, electricity tax, etc. will be borne by the lessee. Mean the right of ownership and duties of ownership will be borne by the lessor, and the use of the and the right of the use of the that particular asset will also give some duties to the lessee. Number fourth rule is the subject matter of the lease should be valuable, identified, and quantified. Mean that what is the subject matter of the lease? Mean for what lessee is leasing out that equipment, what is the purpose of that lease, what are the benefits that incurred that will be incurred to the lessor, in which for what time that lease will prevail, and so on and so forth. All must be identified and quantified. Rule number 5, the period of lease must be determined in clear terms, for 1 year, for 2 year, for 5 year, upon up to 10 year. The lessee is responsible for damage to the asset caused by fraud or negligence. Yes, any damage to the equipment or asset by the negligence of the lessee will be paid by the lessee. Any damage to the asset not caused by the lessee, neglect, it is to be borne by the lessor. Mean that any damage to the property or equipment that is not due to the negligence of the lessee will be borne by the owner of the equipment. Rule number 8 of the Ijara, normal maintenance is lessee's responsibility, that is the operational depreciation will be removed by the lessee, mean that is normal maintenance, periodical maintenance will be by the lessee. Number 9, lease rental for the entire lease period must be fixed at the time of the lease agreement. Mean uh, the leasing amount, the leasing payment amount will be fixed at the time of the lease agreement. A different amount of rents can be fixed for different period, but they must be known. Mean that you can fix different amount, that in the starting life of the equipment the lease or rent may be high, as the technology of the equipment is um, outdated, and that the lease payment will be reduced accordingly. B, the rent may be tied to the known benchmark acceptable to the both parties. Mean that the lease may be tied to the profit of the lessee, right, to any other benchmark that is agreed upon the both lessor and the lessee. Number 10, the lessor cannot increase the rent unilaterally. Uh, the rent can be increased by the consent of the both parties. The lessor may receive the rent in advance, but such payment should be recorded as an advance rental. Balance sheet should reflect this payment as a liability, since rent can be received only for the use of asset. The advance rent taken by the lessor will be considered as a debt which will be refunded by the lessor. Rule number 12 of the Ijara, the lease period will start when the asset has been delivered to the lessee. Yes, the lease period will not start from the date of agreement, but it will start from the date of delivery of the asset or equipment. To the lease in a usable condition, whether or not the lessee has started using it. Number 13, if the leased asset is destroyed, the lease will be terminated. Destroyed due to any reasons, mishap. Number 14, if the lessee is at fault, it's mean in the asset is destroyed and the fault lies in lessee, he is liable to compensate the lessor for the loss. If the lessee contravenes any terms of the lease agreement, to lessor may unilaterally terminate the agreement. If lessee doesn't follow the rule and regulation of the contract of the ijara, then the owner of the equipment can unilaterally terminate the agreement. If there is no contravention, the agreement can only be terminated by mutual consent. The conventional financial lease agreement give termination right to the lessor in all cases. This is contrary to Sharia. During the termination process, the conventional leasing agreements give 100% right to the lessor that he can terminate the agreement at any time. Usually, these rights rest with the banks, right? But in Islamic contract of Ijara, unilaterally, neither the lessor nor the lessee can dissolve the ijara. Now we come towards the difference between the conventional lease and the ijara. In conventional lease, the lessor has the unilateral right to rescind the lease contract at his sole discretion, which is against the law of Sharia. Means that bank has the right at any time he can um, dissolve the lease agreement, but in Islamic ijara contract, no one has the right to dissolve the ijara, but with the mutual consent. Expenses under ijara are as follows. Lesser expenses relating to the corpse of the assets like insurance, accidental repair will be borne by the lessor. Lessee, actual operating overhead expenses relating to the running maintenance, running the asset will be borne by the lessee. Number three, two contracts into one contract is not permissible in Sharia. Therefore, we cannot have the agreement of hire and purchase into an agreement. Only we can undertake promise to purchase the lease asset. Mean that in conventional leasing system, the name is given hire purchase scheme, where one person hire an equipment and at the end of the contract, the ownership of that equipment is transferred to the lessee. That is not valid in the Islamic ijara contract, where the lessor and the lessee has to make another contract at the end of the ijara time for the transfer of the ownership. That will be normal sale, buy, normal buy, that can be by mutual, by murabha, etc. Number four, in conventional lease, the lease start even before the existence of the asset, which is also not possible in Sharia. Mean that like in current scheme, we see for the Apna Ghar, Prime Minister Apna Ghar scheme, where there the government, the bank offer a hire purchase scheme, and during the house is in construction, the lessee has to pay the installment or the rental payment to the bank. That is not possible in Islamic ijara contract. 5. Penalty income is charged for late payment in conventional lease. Yes, previously we stated that there is no penalty or no interest charged for late payments, but there are some charity payments that has been previously agreed in the start of the agreement, but in conventional system there are penalties. Thank you. This was the end of the ijara, that is the very important Islamic mode of financing. Inshallah, we will meet in the next class with the new topic. Allah Hafiz.